Good evening, everyone. I do apologise. I didn't even check the cameras are working, so that's a stroke of luck. 2 days in a row, off to a shabby start. It's disgraceful. Disgraceful, I tell you. Hey! So we've got Craig. Hello, Craig. X-Wing Tavern Wars. Mark, good evening, everyone, and thanks. I don't know where all of those likes just came from, but that was a lot. Yeah, that could get annoying to people. Thank you, Star. Let me just turn off the alert box, because that is going to get issues. Wow, that's hot. Morning, afternoon. Can people let me know if they have buffering issues? Good afternoon, Chewy, and that word from Tomo. Yes. Right, everything's set. Oh, tiring day. Very, 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 very chuffed day, to say the least. So today we became okay, Uptown, cool. Today we became Protec Games Limited. We're still going to have Protec models and Protec cards and Protec painting as departments within Protec Games, but our limited company has been registered and we are now Protec Games Limited. It's a little daunting, and I've been very giddy all day for two reasons. One reason was, getting a company, and the other reason was some really nice cards that you can't really see because I'm shaking them around. I haven't hit the big time. I've just settled into what I should be doing and how I should be doing it, which I think is the easiest way to say it. And yeah, it just means that we can do a bit more out there. Hopefully have a few more contacts, a couple of accounts that we can start dealing with for no, it's never going to become a tie and jackets type. It's never going to become a tie and jackets type company either. I am past all of my wearing suits to work days. They are long gone. They don't make them in my size anymore, so that's one big problem. But yeah, it is. I'm just checking everything's working okay. There we go. Cool. So yeah, big changes. Don't do photocopies anymore, so I don't need to do the suits and ties and all that sort of stuff. And I used to fix photocopiers in an Armani suit, Mark. Yeah, it was very scary, but yeah, I used to wear suits every day. It didn't used to faze me in the slightest. I was a manager for a photocopier company in the northeast, and part and parcel with that was shirt, tie, and suit. Yeah, birthday suit. Yeah, definitely couldn't get away with that. But yeah, I've moved on to a lot more relaxed lifestyle. Let's just say that. So tonight, let's have a look at the painting stuff. We have this fella still on the table. I do need to do... I can't remember what colour I did his wings last time. I know it wasn't Steel Legion drab. I think I might do this one because I want him to be different slightly more, so I might do Beastie Brown for the wings and then wash it in so he's got the dark and the stuff like that. That is a pretty cool idea. The airbrush is still pretty clean, so that's going to be that. I'll get some coats down on that in a minute. The bears come out really nice. Excuse me. So the bears come out really, really nice. I still need to do his claws. And some claws under there as well. And teeth and mouth and eyes and all sorts of stuff. Maybe you want to do a bit of a pinkish tone on the ears as well. Get the base down now I've done the wash. I've got charred brown, but it's just a little bit too dark for the wings. The brown that I used on all of this was basically the primer, and it was black brown by Procryl. I really like that. It does take a while to dry. If you've noticed, I've caught the wing, the tail and the back and the wing there, and it's just scrubbed it off a little bit. It shouldn't be too much of a problem because I've still got to go over that in other colours, so that's not too much of an issue. I also did the spider in it, and it's got a lovely matte finish to the spider now where it was slightly glossy before. But I'm going to do the black dragon and the spider as well today. Scragged brown. Yeah, the problem is getting it through the airbrush, Mark. Bloody GW stuff is a pain in the arse to go through. Where is my scrag? Especially if I've not already thinned it. No, I haven't thinned it. I'm not black flocking the spider. Look, these are meant to be quick. Scrag is there, but I haven't even got it prepared in a bottle for. But Beastie Brown, I think it's just a little bit darker. Yeah, that is Shelob in metal. Yeah, you're not the first person to try, Jack. I don't even know if she's got. I'm almost certain she was in the film. She tinted green. Oh yeah, that's the primer. But she was. I don't know if it was just the camera that she tinted green. Possibly. But I think that could be the cavern. Yeah, so the Eshin Grey will get used on... In fact, I'm going to do the Eshin Grey now, because I've got everything out to do the Eshin. So I'm going to use my large Artist Opus brush for this, and Shelob's going to get it first. Not much Eshin left. I know if I say I need paint, there will be trees falling in out of places and stuff like that. Zoe,
Hola.
you wouldn't do me a huge favour, would you?
If it's called eating my potato cubes, then yes.
Well, you can have your potato cubes in a second.
What is it?
On my bedside table, there is a pair of glasses.
Oh, you can't see.
I can't see.
Oh.
I can see, I just can't see what I'm painting. So that's the grey coming in. It looks starting to look good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm hoping. What colour for the eyes? I know what colour I'd like to do them, but I don't know if it's correct or... Yeah, I was thinking red. I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying painting beasties at the moment. The bears, the birds, the dragons. Don't know. It just... yeah, just interesting. So a big thank you. Hi, Egan. A big thank you to everyone that went over onto YouTube yesterday and started liking all of our content on there. That's actually really helped. We had a load of people, what they're called, the analytics come back that we were moving up the ranks again, so it is really good. Yes, we are, Egan. We picked it up. I got the certificate this morning, so we are now officially Protech Games Limited. We're still going to be Protech models on the social media and stuff like that, and the eBay will be all the same. It just means some of our accounts need to be switched over to Protech Games. That might not be true, Mark. We are seriously considering a third. So I've just gone the Dawnstone on it now. Again, it is. I'm just Dawnstoning on the top, light coming down, kind of thing. So it doesn't need to be as much as we've just done, just as long as it gets the top bits. Is that blurry or... get that effect. Yeah, I'm considering doing some card streams as well, mate. And then, see what I've done with when I've done that. It's not pure Dawnstone. It still had what was left on the brush. They're not. I let them set in super glue for quite some time, so they are pretty well stuck, if that makes sense. Screaming Skull. What have I got in here? I've got a Terminatus in here somewhere. A Tyrant Skull will do. Yeah, no, they're not pinned. We just got the. That can go in the bit. I think that's why I have. Is that Eldar Flesh Dry? So I'm just taking any light dry. Good evening, Rattler. Literally. It's just to mix it with the grey. So there's grey on the brush already, but it's not going very well because that's broken as well. So it's given. Oh, sorry. So it mixes with the grey, if that makes sense, on the brush. But now I'm literally very carefully where to hit it. And yeah, it does pop once you do that one, but it's the same as layering. If you do layering and you do some really, I'm gonna have to stick some quite deep into that to see if it. Yeah, it's done. The night that Lee throws half of his painter work is all busted. Right. Last try. Longbeard grey. Looks like I need to buy some more dry brushes. Dry brush paints, sorry. I was going to do the metallics on the eyes, mate. So, let me get that mixed in. And there we go. And it is literally the final of all of the legs. So the reason I was asking about the green tint is if there was a green tint to Shelob, then what I would have done now is gone in with a green wash or a green glaze to give it that final greeny colour. I don't know. What do you think? Oh. Yeah. So, let me... I think the best way to do this is to drop it to there. Drop it into gallery. So that's the colour, but that's the cavern she's in, isn't it? Oh, cracking cup of coffee, that. It's just as easy to drop it on there. I haven't learned how to turn this bloody gallery thing off yet. Do I give it a very light green? Yeah, it's where she's in the... she's got Bilbo behind her, and Sam's got Sting. Yes, it is very much the cavern colour. Good evening, Corn, and congratulations on joining the printing world. Yeah. They're all, even some of the painted pictures have her at a bluey green tint, except for the one where she's bright bloody red. The expense is in actually picking it up. I think once you have it, it's very, very... It's easier to put bits on it. Loads of them are doing it. Oh, that's very nice. That's a very nice one. So yeah, they've gone for the bluey green, but she's got red mandibles and red spots around her face and darkness. So darkness and light in Shelob's Lair, the fundamentals. It's actually the stained glass window drawings from back in the day. They've got her body as blue tinted, and then red dots around here. But those red dots, I think, are depicting the eyes. And people have taken that a lot further. You know what? The worst that can happen is she goes for a swim in... yeah, that thing. Some methylated spirits and I start again. So, do I have one ready to go? That's Hexwraith. That's Merlin. Camo. I don't have one in those bottles. I might have to do my own bottle. So, there we go. You get to see me rebottle at GW Pot. My spidey senses are tingling. Yep. So, if anyone hasn't seen it before, these are the pots that we actually sell. And to make them more usable in the airbrush, We just pour them out. And then a trick to keeping, take the sticker off, and the sticker will go straight back on the bottle. And we've got now a bottle of Weight Watcher Green. So let's have the airbrush out. Yep, didn't draw. Have you seen the price of that stuff, Mark? Yeah. If you could see what's up there, Con, you would understand why. And if I remember rightly, this is nearly 15 quid a tub now. So it's getting 5 drops. Some of the paints I've got are getting to be silly money now. Can you see the subtle change? The other way to look at it is I am spraying it as if it's from the films, so it could well be the colour of the cavern. It could be fighting in the cavern. So you've got a very, very... It's hard. It's very, very light. That's why I'm not... I only put 5 drops, and this is glaze as well, remember? So it's not like paint. There you go. A little bit brighter on the body at the back now. Ooh, nearly. There you go. So there's the green glow that she has from the film. And that I'm going to let dry. Can you see the change now, Tomo? The green hue to it. It's not massive, it's not paint, it's not going to change it, just tints it. So I think that's the best way to call it, tinting. Not tintin, tinting. So, beastie round. I'm going to zoom back out. So I'm going to do... I'm not going to drop that in there, because that... to that. So let me move Shelob out the way and let her dry. So what I'm doing now is, I don't know if you can hear it. Good evening, Ash. Dropping the pressure down. Now the first bit did come out was the green, but now I've got a lot of control to paint with and do that with. I was waiting for Ash to turn up. I've got something to show you, mate, and show everyone else as well, but I was hoping you would turn up. So I'm just literally going to do the paintwork on the wing in the lighter colour. This is the great thing about the airbrush. You can just use it to block the colours in. When I get down near the tips, you can let a lot of pressure out. It's going to get a wash on it, so you don't need to get too close to the feather's edge, because that'll go dark anyway. So and I would say once you've got an do you not watch Transformers Beastmasters? Yeah. Once if you get an airbrush and you're using it for priming, this is probably the second thing that you start using it for. Just blocking in colours, getting the colour onto the piece. If it doesn't need to be perfect with this coat, then you've got quite a lot of time saving. It goes on even, it goes on smooth. If you don't get it on the first pass, you can do another coat, but you can do it as light as that. There we go. And especially with it being like the wings where it's rough and stuff like that, you're going to be having a pain to do it with a brush. And again, this is not fancy, it's not high skill or anything like that. It's just learning where the biting point, as it were. Like driving a car where you've got the biting point on the clutch to move forward. You've got a biting point where the paint starts to come out of the tip. And you can learn where that is, and you can control it, move it forward and back. Like you would if you were sat on the clutch, sort of thing. It's got to be walls or a fence. He's under there done. He's done on there. And the wings are done. Now, does the wolf... I'm thinking of a grey wolf anyway, so I'll probably end up doing all of that grey. Just looking for any bits that I could do. That's fine. The head is in the lighter colour. Now I remembered that is not dark earth, barbarian flesh. Sand ivory. Was it sand ivory? Yeah, sand ivory. No, that was the claw. That was it. So I'll do the head. But the way I'm going to do the head is I'm going to keep some of that brown in it as well. And mixing paintbrush should be in here. Perfect. Not so perfect. Yes, because I want it, and then I can. Yeah, that's fine. So. So you're getting the blending on the head. Go. And clean the paint out of the pot. Not that I've got much left to clean with. Hitch to wall. And we're good. Clean brush. A clean brush is a happy brush. Now where did that paint lid go? Airbrush away for now. There is more to do with it, but it's Beastie Brown. There's a few splatters. He needs cleaning up a bit as well. So, right, I know some of you have seen this already, if anyone from the Discord, but I wanted to show it off in person, or them off in person. So, what is the best way to do it? This view. So, as a lot of you know, we're doing cards, and we've moved some of the business to doing singles trading and stuff like that. We've crept into a new game called Flesh and Blood. So, Flesh and Blood promos for events have been hard to get hold of. I hope this will show it off really nicely. Yes. So, taking a leaf out the books for what we've been doing in... these aren't to give away, Mark, so don't worry. Not just yet. But one of the other streams will. So, Iden Verso in Flesh and Blood. She could be. If I can find my Flesh and Blood deck, wherever I've hidden it. That is really interesting. I don't know where I've put my Flesh and Blood deck. I tidied up in here yesterday. But anyway, the character that I'm using at the moment called Azalea. She is a ranger. Lee is always broken. Oh, there's no raffle running. Yes. Anyway, so I could kick Mark out of the group so he doesn't get to see the nice new shiny cards. Let me just see if I've put them up here all the way. Yes, I have. So, this is one of the very expensive... I'm going to have to turn that camera off. Light off. Wrong one. This is the very expensive Azalea Ace in the Hole promo. Now you can see she's foil and shiny and nice. I think she's fetching about 120 to 150 pound at the moment. So that is the promo that they do. Now we can't get them. We can't get hold of them. Even if we wanted them at the moment, LSS are so snowed under. We're not getting replies back from their organised player to do anything. So we did the usual thing. We went down Kay's route. And we created our own. So I've got 3 copies of her. And the 3 different versions that we've had done, 3 different finishes and stuff like that, they are credit card plastic, like the Asmodee ones. There is more to come. I will be doing more, Ash. I just need time to actually produce them. So this one is full, just shiny gloss, contactless hero card, yeah. And it is just all normal printed, really nice. That's that one. We then had a frosted one done, so you can see there's a frosting on it and a matte surface. That is the frosted one. And then I came up with an idea, spoke to the people that are doing it, and this one is the first ever spot gloss that they have done. So the only problem with the spot gloss is there's some like ribs on it that don't show up, but the spot gloss shows up better when it's black or a dark background. It's not showing up on the frosted very well. So we have actually ordered 20 azaleas so far to be basically commissioned and sent to us. They are prizes. They're not to say we're not selling them. They are prizes to give away, or I'm going to hold a handful back to swap with other streamers so we can give some of their stream stuff away. So that is dear. So that is basically opening the way for some cards. I'm going to try and do all of the heroes in Flesh and Blood to start with, and then look at some other bits and pieces. We've got options for X-Wing, Legion, all sorts. And again, we're not going to sell them. They're going to be for prizes and stuff like that. So that's all my deck parts so far. So yeah, that's the first one. I think I should be able to try and get the second one done in the next couple of weeks. I have been told we should have them for our first event. So yeah, if I get them for the first event, they will be part of the giveaways. Yeah, it's a part of the game that you don't need the original card as well. So this doesn't get shuffled into your deck. It doesn't matter that it's a bit of alter art or stuff like that, or a bit of fan art, or we just make them plastic so they last longer. There's no yeah, they're just a token, so it's cool. Tokens are on my next thing. I need a list of tokens that we could do with, if that makes sense. But that would be my next one. I'm thinking about year size tokens, a little bit bigger and more. No, there's not a raffle kinger. You missed it yesterday. I was just showing off my alt arts that we had produced. Yeah, I could do that. You'll have to remind us. Oh, you're out tonight, aren't you? So that's no help. So let's get back to painting. I want a dry brush that can. I think that would be the better option. I'm taking one of our curved dry brushes. That's okay then. I'll I'll speak to you when after the stream, see what we can find. So I'm hoping that this long beard grey lasts long enough to get. Where did I put the cloth? There it is. Yeah, lasts long enough to get. No. There's another bit. More paint biting the dust tonight than I know what to do with, but it's stupid having it in here. Keep going to it and keep finding it. It's naff. So there's probably the right long beard grey. There we go. That works. That's got loads of life in it. In fact, that's probably a little bit too much on that. Let's scrub it off. And oh, sorry. When I was doing this last night, and then I spoke to Snowy and went with the colours that we were thinking of, I realised that they're normally on like barren land, and So I was like, right, I want it dark brown underneath, and then if we can, just pick out the tops of the rocks with a bit of grey. But when I tried it on a scrap piece, it came out really nice. And then just the bottoms of the cloaks as well. But it was Longbeard grey. I think that's why that Longbeard grey is kaput, because I left it open last night. Catch you later, Chewy. Cheers for popping by. So yeah, just a bit of barren landscape. Also, we'll stick, I'm thinking of the burnt shrubs on it. It'll be nice to get some bits and pieces finished. They are really easy models to paint, and the way I've painted them probably even easier. So would people be interested in X-Wing cards? Very similar to that. Again, giveaways, maybe patron things, or we feel there may be a big change coming to patron. I know I've spoke to a couple of yous about it, but there could be some changes coming along next month, depending on how patron takes some of the rule changes and stuff like that that's going on. So we shall see. And so they still look as though, because of the metallics that I use to do them, they look as though they're glistening. So the metal armour and stuff like that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That is cool. That's why these brushes die, because you're changes, or however it goes. Itchy ear. Right, let's have a look. See what tufts we've got. Can I just move you out the way? Thank you. So, burnt landscape. I just feel a bit meh about going with the burnt ones all the time, but sometimes the burnt ones are the ones that work. So that's the burnt ones. Probably got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got enough burnt ones. We'll just do burnt again, sorry. tweezers. Are they still out? They are. I think I've had these for about 1.5 years, 2 years possibly. And to be only just finishing them now is like, oh, oops. Good evening, Beastie. How is one doing? Yeah, what time do you call this, mate? Been on here for hours. I'm putting 3 on each. It is barren landscape, but with burnt. Yeah, disgraceful, isn't it? Who would do such a thing? Look at that, Mark. You've shamed him now. He's not going to talk to you. Disgraceful. Unless he's just nipped over to his Doom Fairies stream to take your admin rights off you. Should get my other wraiths next week with a bit of luck. So it'll be interesting. So that is all 9 of them little fellas done. I mean, they're not... Oh, no, it's not. I found one. I missed one. I missed one. It's just so satisfying. I'm saying it's so satisfying finishing a model off. Yeah, they sat there in a box for a year, unloved, untouched, and then boom, they get to see the light, they come out and they start playing. Maybe, if they're good boys. So you've got one person to protect you against one person. I like that. So, a bit of a close-up for people who want to see. These are the Forge World Wraiths. Let's have a picture. Because I'll also use these in the competition for Beanie. If they go onto the old painting mat, when the glue has dried, which shouldn't take too long, I can give them a squirt with Tester's Dull Coat, and boom, guess what? We have some Bjorn and E. So I'm going to do the basing on this first, I think. Get the basing paste down. Where did I put the chocolate spread? I did put the peanut butter, sorry. I put the peanut butter away. The light's back on? The lights are on. Yeah, very bright. Very bright. Now if you look at my forehead, it's not. Yeah. So I'm just getting a flat base down across all the open area, and then once I've got a lot of it down and spread out a bit, I can take one of the smaller tools and do the details and stuff, or the closer bits. He says looking for one. There we go. If I do it all the way up to the edges, she has some extra, like extra metal that the feet are on. I think it's just to give it a bit more of a base for the feet to stick to, so it's not just like a very small point of contact on a metal base, so they don't just fall off. If you cover them in the basing compound, it'll just look like she's stood up on lumps and bumps. There you go. Splodgy, splodgy. Cloth, there it is. Right, did Jack? I missed everything. You know, you can go off people quite easily, Jack. Oh, I should have done the bear at the same time. The burr. Done the burr. So he needs his claws doing. But I think I'm going to have to do the bottom halving with a grey airbrush. So that might be a bit later. I didn't do Barry the Dragon. Eshin Grey again. Eshin. See how this comes out with the Eshin on the big brush. Again, it is just picking up all the raised areas, going against the lines, if that makes sense. Another one. Considering doing Space Marines next month, Mark. That's one horn fallen off already. There we go. Oh. One of the local game shops actually did that for a an event, like a painting competition. It was really interested in it. Not as much as any other paint would have. It might hold it. If not, when it does fall off, you've got a perfect place to know where it should be. Yeah, what Mark says. Well, it could be a massive dragon, but it would be a massive 10mm dragon. So I am going to do quite a big wash on this, so I don't mind taking it a little bit brighter than it should be. So that's the Eshin done. And that's the dishwasher making all kinds of noises. Go. So that was Dawnstone again, but Dawnstone mixed with the original colour. And should be a very light splattering of actual Dawnstone. Down the top and down the centre. Thing is, the nulling that I'm going to put on will cut that back quite a bit. Right, leave it at that for the dry brush. Let's have some I think, oh, I may have just broke my brush. I'm going to need the bigger wash brush for this. But I'm also going to do shallow as well. So let that dry for a second back there. Let's have that in that so I don't knock it over. And I know I've got some of the I forgot what it's called. Yes, wet basing material, but I can pick that up later. If I do dribble, it's going to get covered in possibly black anyway, so I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. But remembering this is all Eshin Grey now, or the majority of it's Eshin Grey as a base. Wherever you do this, you're going to give it a little bit more depth. Just don't go too daft with it and fill it every inch of it so it starts dribbling down the legs. And then the green will just be a very subtle undertone in that. That looks cool. I do like that. Oh, I do like that. So let's have some big chunks. Oop. Yeah, let's not get it all over the new mat. I'm already spending half my monthly stream budget on new mats as it is, because they get mucky so quick. All the way down the side. How is the 10mm stuff coming on anyway, Jack? Have we got an army yet? I've not had much time to do mine for a couple of weeks, but yeah, I definitely need to catch back up. You and Snow, you're powering ahead. We've got an event coming up soon that we need painted armies for. So my next project, I'll be looking at what my next stuff is. I think I need to finish off my Mythos that I didn't finish off before. Cool. So yeah, Mythos. I'd love to have got Monpok done by now, but I don't think I'm going to have it all done in time. Right, these are ready to blast. So they go up there to dry. Super glue. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. I think the nulling is causing it not want to stick. I think, also looking at it, they're both on facing the wrong direction anyway, so let me redo that later. What grey do we have? That's silver, that's almost grey, that's lamium, that's soft body wash. Ooh, grey? No, grey? No. What airbrush greys do we have? Not many actually. Oh. A bit of Stonewall. What time is it? 8:30. Wow. Yeah, catch you next week, Arching In, or if I manage to pop on. I have got some boxes I want to open and stuff like that. So yeah, I shall be about. So if you move Dragon Boy to somewhere out the way. It's very sticky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a go here, and we're just going to quickly blast over the rock and all of that area to lighten it up so I can paint it. Again, just using the airbrush as a big brush. Saves so much time. It would have took about 10 minutes to paint all of that rock work. And a bit darker grey if I've got it while I've got it open. Oh, that's definitely a black. USA grey. Bit of a quick mix. What I'm going to try and do is hit the wolf in a different grey, and also some of the shadows. Touch of black. There we go. Try and get some of that recessed areas and bits of the mane in like dark colours. Now with the airbrush, where I'm painting the legs and stuff like that, I'm getting shadow behind on the base, which isn't too much of a bad thing. Because as you can see, as you can see there, it's just round it, and it's going to get a nulling wash over all of that area to bring it all into the same sort of like tones and stuff, so it will sort of blend in and then become shadow underneath the wolf, if that makes sense. I know what I mean. Right, need to clean all that paint out again. Turn up pressure. And reach for the cleaner rag. And then last go of the night, so I'll run the gun wash through and get the hiccups doing it. So there's a lot on the bench drying, which, yeah, usually happens. Maybe we should have done that at the same time. Let's have a look at doing it by hand. So, USA grey. I'm quite chuffed I'm getting so many pieces that I've wanted to do for ages done at the same time. It does feel like a bit of a production line, but yeah. I'd be done by now with the airbrush. I've said it once and I've said it 1,000 times, even if you just get your airbrush, or get a airbrush for base coats and the fundamental first coats and stuff like that, it makes it absolutely worthwhile. So I'm not too fussed about hitting the toes because the toes are getting the colour changed anyway. I think that I have that over here, so well, definitely running out of the grey paint on the palette really quick. I'm almost certain that I probably would have got all that done with the airbrush in that amount. Yes. Just because Paul's not here doesn't mean you have to make up for him. Wow, this is taking a lot of end. Yep, done it again. Can't remember. I'm sat here going, I need to be careful of the toes that need to be painted black anyway. So this one's going to be rocks and again barren land, but I think I'm doing it slightly different. I think with the grey paint all over it, I'm going to use probably a green and a brown wash to give it a bit of colour. Again, that'll probably be next week. So we're going to do a sales stream a week on Saturday. Gives me a bit of chance to get stuff started and yeah, be in a position to get some bargains for that stream. There you go. Oh, just got a brush on that. Need to touch that up a bit. So he is a bit ready to go. I thought I'd just smudge paint on my screen. Right. So he needs his ears fixing. He needs his wings on. Not far off the bear. Shelob. Goa might be a little bit more. Still need some airbrush work on the Balrog. Oh, my eyes are going weird. What time is it? 39. Let's have a look. What was I checking out? Cool. Okay. I'm going to come off that for now. Shelob does look cool in those colours. And what else have we got? What else have we got for tonight? Shelob needs to dry. He needs to dry. Those bits definitely need to dry. Yeah, they're still slightly wet. Right, I need somewhere to put stuff. Yes. And Treebeard's complete, mate. He got finished in the last stream. He is up there on the shelf. What I'm going to do is quickly swap all of the wraiths to the shelf as well, because they're now finished. I need a shelf of not finished stuff. Starting to build up quite a wall of stuff that's done. I know you can't see it, but it's got startings of my 10mm army that Jack was commenting on. I think I did that on the stream as well, didn't I? So they can go on there. Cool. Let me put Dragon over there so he can dry, so he's not taking up space on the workbench. I think that was the big problem. I had nowhere to put him, and his ears that seem to be stuck can go there. That's still too damp to do the wash on it. That'll definitely be too wet to do the wash. Let's put some peanut butter on the bear. Oh, that's what I knew what I was going to do. Is go Games Workshop and have a look for Bjorn. Wanted to see what colours he was. Right, that's pretty simple. We'll go back to the peanut butter first. See if I can get as much on I can with this. It saves so much time. And also, at this stage, if you catch the bear's foot or anything like that, you can quickly clean it up. Whereas if you've done any more detail work or anything like that, and you catch the bear's foot or a human's foot, it's a bit of a pain in the arse to go back through some of the stages. So, like I caught his ankle there. Right, so a quick... Splodging, clean up the edge in between his toes. Ingenious people would find a way to put bear paw prints all over the place, but yeah, it's a lot of work to do bear paw. Right, and then the next thing, spin him round, clean the base, just with my fingers. So there we go. The bear needs drying. And same for Bjorn, not as much this time though. It's the same principle. You use the big one to put a big blob in it fairly open place, and then use the small end to work it into all of the nooks and crannies that you need it to. This stuff is fantastic. As I said a million times, like Mark keeps pointing out, not to exaggerate. The cost saving that we make on using the Vallejo stuff compared to we still use the GW stuff if someone asks for it. Not that we do commissions, but if someone asks for the GW stuff, then it might be to match an army or something like that. But we tend to use the GW stuff, the Vallejo stuff. It's a fraction of the cost, and it does exactly well. In some cases, I like some of it better than the GW stuff.
Where's the black rattle cans?
In the little cupboard.
So do I just look in the cupboards and I'll find it?
No, it's actually in the outdoor cupboard.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3 or 4?
The closest to here, but it's chocker. You're gonna have to lift everything out to get to the paint.
Okay.
Or I do it tomorrow for you when I get back.
Well, should I just go and sand them all down?
Yeah. Are you doing it now?
Yeah.
Have you seen the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got nothing else to do.
I've got loads of work if you want to do it.
Have you seen the time? That would be triple hours at this time.
There we go. And then we'll get the wood painted as well. So Bjorn is based. Peanut butter is the best texture. Yeah, you could use another. No, the thing is, they're just flat. There's no because they use it to base, like have some sort of like flat thing to the base. Well, thank you for the donation, Tavern Wars. I must have been painting when that came through. That's much appreciated. Become a pain in the... yes. What a lovely day it is. It gets to the point where everything on the desk is in a state of needing to dry to put the next stage on. I know for a fact if I put wash on that, it is just going to blur it. Not starting the wraith tonight because I need to drill it. Start something else. There isn't anything else, I don't think. Let me have a quick look. I think I might have something on the shelf in here. I thought I had some scenery pieces, GW scenery pieces to do. I think I've left them in the garage then. No, I haven't lost my head before you say it, Mark. It's hard finding new things to start when you haven't prepared. I thought I had way too much on the table earlier, let alone not ending up with enough. He's still drying. They're all still drying. Might have an early night. Let's have a quick look. Subians. That's still working. See if I can find anything on GW to go on with next. I've got loads of stuff for Lord of the Rings. I just want to paint it all. I did have a... It isn't where I can... I haven't got many cards left. We are starting to run short of promos. I have put a couple of feelers out there to get hold of some new add-ons. At the moment we have that one box left. Whatever I can add to it, hopefully we will go from there. I have a load of business cards I could throw at you, Mark. Yes, they're getting harder and harder to get. One booster. Yeah. Fangon 3. Dice. So they've got the Fangorn dice back in stock. We have Quick Beam is back in stock. There's it. I've got a week for Quick Beam to come. He is the other end. He is a resin end. Resi end. Let's have a quick look. He's not that quick. No, it's not going to let me. Yeah, they're from the first sets, which don't seem readily available. If that makes sense. But Middle-earth available to order. The books. Pre-orders for Middle-earth. Quick Beam. Quick Beam is on. I don't know. No. A Divney, no. New releases is exactly the same as pre-orders. Yeah, I think they're just messing up. Yeah, the character cards are nice. I do have the next set for myself. I can't remember what it's called. I'm having my Curse City painted for me, Mark, and I did have one in here as well. I don't know where it's gone. But I got the book and the card. I'll tell you what, I do have somewhere, which has probably gone missing. There you go. It's the key to the Cursed City. Yes, it is the Killmonger set. I managed to get myself one, but there was literally only one left when I ordered it. And it cost a fortune as well because it came from America. Oh, hey. Yeah, look at that. I'm just having a look. The scenery? What scenery is there? The ruined tower of Amon Sul at Weathertop. I don't think I'll be buying a £260 piece of scenery. Hobbit. All the Hobbits. Let's have a look. Dwarf, Gundabad Berserkers, upgrade set. Troll with Crushing Club. Nazgul of Dol Guldur. I've already got them. Gundabad Warbat. Wow, bats. Keeper of Dungeons looks interesting. And so does the Troll Brute, but out of stock. A lot of the Iron Hills stuff's out of stock as well, unfortunately. So that's the Hobbit. Lord of the Rings, all. Personalities of Bree. Sheriffs of the Shire. There's a lot of Shire folk in there. Defenders of Helm's Deep. Nothing grabbing me, as it were. Quick Beams that. And Mumma Kills are there, but they're out of stock. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. The Allegiance, which is Iron Hills Dwarf Commands there. Tharandel. I did like Thorin Oakenshield and Azog, where they're fighting on the ice. That looked really nice, but I don't think I'm that good at ice. And then lots of the little ones again. Forces of Evil. Scythe Gauntlets on a Gundabad Troll looks nice. And Gundabad Ogres. Is Kinger still around? Did Games Workshop ever do the 3 ogres from The Hobbit? Definitely be up for doing them. They did the trolls, sorry. They look so cool. Oh, right. I'm ordering Quick Beam because I couldn't believe I missed it last time. Yep. Even finishing here, Mate, I've got about another 2 or 3 hours of work. Didn't. Something's used the balance, so. So I have a quick beam on the way, or I do now. Hopefully this should get it to us in a reasonable amount of time. And that will definitely definitely good for painting on the stream. Another end. Move stuff around. Ah, that's what that is. Good evening. Just as I'm about... I've got to show... instant. Before I disappear... let me just do this. Maybe use the trolls next month. Oh dear, Tomo, that's bad for even you. Here you go, Towering Titan. How nice does that look? I'm not kidding. I got really excited and really giddy over it. There's 3 different types. We had a bit of a show and tell earlier. So there is the standard one, which is just clear. And you see it's crystal clear. That one. This one is frosted, so you can't see as clear through it. So the back's frosted over the top of it, so you get the frosted effect. And then this one is slightly different. So it's frosted like the others, but it's also you can just see it. That part of Azalea is just that bit's like glossy and spot glossed and has some embossing on it. So we have gone with the frosted one for now, and I've ordered a few of the frosted one. Hopefully for the event next weekend. With any luck, it should be with us Monday. That is the first one. I'm going to probably tomorrow night, once the streams are done and all that sort of stuff, and I'm a bit chilled out and relaxed, I'm going to do I forgot what they're called. The other heroes from the starting bits. I know they're not going to be as popular as ones coming out now, but I think just having our little community starting off as it is, a lot of us are going to be using these cards, so I just feel like it's a good idea to have these ones. Then maybe move on to other ones and maybe do weapons and stuff like that. I just feel it's a good way to push it, if that makes sense. Itchy head. Right, I am now extremely tired. I've got loads done tonight. Bjorn and the bear are well on the way. Shelob is quite well, and she's got a green glow to her. Lord of the Wind is well on the way. Wraiths are done. Treebeard's done. I think this has probably been one of the most productive. Yes, you do, Paul. Catch you later, Egan. Nice having you here. Yeah, we're going to call that. I might be on at the weekend. I don't know. We've got a lot on and a lot to do. So we do have some more flesh and... I've got another 12 flesh and blood boosters to open at some point. So might do some box openings, or I might do some box breaks. We'll see. So in the meantime, everyone, take care. Catch us all soon. Good night.